Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Dash, and a double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who do rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect out there throughout the four winds of the earth who are making their calling and election sure by prophesying this word and by continuing to seek after the true Lord and Savior, whose true names are Yahweh and Yahushai. Okay, given all diligence, sticking to the truth, as it tells us in the scriptures, to continue thou in the thing which thou hast learned, and what thou hast been assured of. It's something that our elders and apostles here at Great Millstone have been on point with is sticking to the truth and being narrow on the path of truth, keeping their mind straight and not changing like the moon, because we've seen certain men change up. Okay, they'll say one thing and then they'll change up, right? But we have been assured of these prophecies that we have been taught, and we truly believe that it's the spirit that the Heavenly Father has given to us, man, to interpret the prophecies of this book. But and it's not given to all. That's basically what I'm gonna get into. Is you had this cat, man. I think his name's like Stephen L. Anderson. Got the video pulled up here. And basically says that the nuclear missiles are not biblical prophecy. And the spirit has it toward this clip is 1 minute and 44 seconds long. But we're gonna run it through. I'll just speak at the end.
Oh, we're so scared of them getting a nuke. Let's say that Iran had a nuke tomorrow. So what? So what? Because you know who has nukes right now? Pakistan has nukes. Guess who else has nukes? North Korea has nukes. Have any of these countries ever deployed their nukes? India has nukes. Pakistan has nukes. North Korea has nukes. Israel has nukes. Is anybody deploying these? The only person who's ever deployed nukes is the U.S. when we nuked Japan. That's it. No one else is doing it. And here's the thing. Just because you have a nuke, does that mean you can deliver it to the United States? On the other side of the world? No. You say, well, they're going to nuke Israel, and then my stupid interpretation of Bible prophecy can't come true. Your interpretation is stupid. It can't come true no matter what anyone does. Your dispensational prophetic view will never happen no matter what people do. It can't happen. It's impossible because it's not in the Bible. But here's the thing about that is that if Iran had a nuke tomorrow, you think they're just going to nuke Israel? What would happen if they fired a nuke at Israel? Israel would fire all their nukes at Iran, and it would be mutually assured destruction on both sides. Do not fall for this propaganda. Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. They're ripping the babies out of the incubators. Haven't we seen this movie a few times, folks? Wake up, boomer, with your Fox News addiction and figure out what's going on. And you know what? Ted Cruz is lying to you. Donald Trump is lying to you. And Israel is the one that is pulling.
Yeah, Slovakia. I had the mic muted. So he's basically saying that that the U.S. and Israel, are not going to get hit by nukes, man, hey, Israel is going to be set ablaze, man. That place must be cleansed. That place is filthy. That place has had atrocities committed in that land. And before the real Israelites get back into that land will be cleansed. It will be set ablaze, man. And the U.S., yes, all those countries on that side of the world are going to bombard America with thermonuclear missiles. And that is biblical prophecy, man. Um, Jeremiah 50 and verse 9. And it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon." And the Babylon that is talking about here is America, okay? Because this never happened to the current Babylon that's there. All right. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. They shall set themselves in array against her." And if you look at the positioning of America, it is the perfect place to be surrounded. Okay? It's got wide open seas on the west and the east side of it. And honestly, the south as well. Uh, the majority of the south part of the country, man, has, you know, open sea as well. But this place is like the perfect place to be surrounded. It says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken down. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." And the arrows that it's talking about are the thermonuclear missiles. All right, man. The Lord, man, said that He has created the waster to destroy, and that He has created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire. He has created the smith to create the weapons of His indignation. Those weapons are the thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, the scriptures talk about the second death being of a fire. Revelations 20. I'll start at verse 11. It says, "And I saw a great white throne, and Him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death." All right, it says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire." Now, if hell is a place of fire, then what does it mean when it's casting fire into fire? Hell is a condition. It's not a place that is in the middle of the earth that's being ruled by Satan. No, 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 no. That's some Greek mythology, fucking some just straight up made up stuff, man. It says, "In death and hell is a very bad state, very bad times." Okay, that's why that if someone gets is gonna go do some kind of competition, people will encourage them and say to give them hell. Hey, give them a bad case, show them a bad time. And America's a bad time. Okay, America's the worst time. It says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. See, in the first death was by a way of water. And the Lord basically gave his vow to not flood the earth again by a way of water. And that promise is still in the sky till this day when it rains. All right, that's the rainbow, man. The scriptures say that he had set a bow in the firmament or something to that effect. Yeah, it's the rainbow. And this place, America, has took the rainbow and turned it into an abomination. They have made that the symbol of homosexuality. That is absolute just madness. And there is hell to pay for that. You know, it says, this is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. And that's those great thermonuclear missiles, man. The scriptures talk about 200,000 being shot to the end of the earth. And actually, what was that, 2nd Ezra 16? What are they gonna do? Shoot nukes all the way at the US? Yes, bro. The spirit of the Lord is gonna be in those missiles because they were created to execute his will. 2nd Ezra 16 verse 3. Actually, I'll start at verse 1, and it says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? You know, who's going to be able to quench that fire that's going to be sent here on the planet, on the planet Earth? That's coming to America. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? See, a fire, and the Lord is going to bring fire. And fire is the best cleansing agent. And that's all this place needs is cleansing, man. This place is filthy. It's rotten. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? All right. Jump down to verse 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold the plagues which are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till they consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. See, so the Lord is the mighty archer who's going to send all those arrows to America to destroy it. And also Israel, man. That place is going to be destroyed. But yeah, fire is to come. And it even says, man, in Jeremiah the 51st chapter. How do you explain this one? Jeremiah 51:1, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind." And the majority of the destruction from a thermonuclear missile comes from that blast of wind. It says, "And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her." Okay, like a fan blows air. "And shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be brought against her round about." It says, "Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host." And that's exactly what the Lord put into the minds of these scientists to create, are those arrows, man, those thermonuclear missiles to be shot into America to obliterate this place, man. Even tells you in Joel 2 as well. Joel, the 2nd chapter. Get right to the point, verse 3. And it says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses." You know, and horses have, are like power, man. They're like a representation of great power in war. It says, "And as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained." And yeah, man, when these people begin to see these missiles, their faces are going to be much pained. It says, "All faces shall gather blackness." Real quick, there's one that I thought of. And just another one to go with this. What was that at? Yep. And their faces, it says, "All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb up the wall like uh like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks." And this is actually talking about missiles. All right. When it says that they shall climb the wall, it's good. These missiles are going to go past the defenses of America. Uh, just like when Iran hit Israel with those hypersonic missiles, they didn't break their ranks and they hit their mark. All right, they went past the walls, and the walls being the defense systems. It says, "And they shall not break their ranks." Basically, they're not going to fail. They are not going to fail because the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to be in those missiles. It says, "Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. For they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run up on the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble." And what causes the earth to quake and the heavens to tremble? And also this: "The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining." All that smoke blocks out the shining of the sun and in the moon and the stars. Verse 11 says, "And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great." And those missiles are a part of his army. They are a part of his camp. It says, for he is strong that executeth his word, for the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible. Who can abide it? All right, let's get this one here in Zechariah that I had thought of as I was reading. Zechariah 14. Verse 11, it says, and men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more out of destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And man, is that not a perfect description of what happens when a thermonuclear missile goes off? Man, thermonuclear missiles. All right, nuclear missiles are in the scriptures, but you just have to have the spirit to understand it, because the scriptures are written in like a code, man. It's okay. It's written in parables and dark sayings, but they are in the Bible, and they are a part of biblical prophecy and of the future. They are a part of the future of a judgment of America, which is Babylon the Great. Whether you like it or not, man, you know, it is the Lord's will. So with that being said, I hope and pray that this is edifying, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.